Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Captain's Log. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm Eric.
For the next half an hour, Eric and I are going to talk about as much news as humanly possible, which is why I'm talking really, really fast, because we have a whole lot of news to cover. As Eric mentioned earlier in the Omnibus, we have as much news, we have like 6 times more news than we did last time. Like in the first 2 days of putting down news things that we were finding out that were coming out, we had more material than we did for the entire Omnibus last time. So Eric, I think we should just jump right into it, and we will just rapid fire all this stuff, and get our quick
eggs.
I mean, really, you might want to duck. Here we go. Walking Dead. Rick Grimes getting a film trilogy.
Yeah.
A film trilogy about Rick Grimes. He gets on a helicopter. He's gone. I'm only like halfway through season 2, so I've not seen that. I don't know about that. But he apparently at the end of the season he got on a helicopter. He left, and now he's going on to make his own film trilogy. This seems like a super counterintuitive choice to me. Like, and by the way, I think these films are TV movies. Do we know that for sure?
I don't think that's been officially confirmed yet.
I can't remember.
I think we both assumed because they announced the Breaking Bad TV movie.
But I thought the Breaking Bad one was like, we don't know if it's TV movie or if it's
I thought that one was for sure.
Is that the one for sure is TV?
I thought that one was.
You know, I think that's I think you're right about that.
I think so.
These are things that we wrote down 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
the actor playing Rick Grimes doesn't want to keep playing Rick Grimes.
But he's okay making like 3 movies. I
mean, I guess that's less time, right? You're not making full TV seasons.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Because they're like 16-episode seasons.
Yeah. I was hearing about this. I was like, that's ridiculous. They're not going to keep making Walking Dead without Rick.
But they are.
That was just before I even read it. I was like, well, there's no way they're going to keep making...
Yeah.
Not like, what, like 8, 9 seasons in? You just ditch your main character?
What is your... Well, like, they did it with 24. Look how well that worked out. What, I mean, to be fair, with that, it was revival shows. We were bringing it back.
Like,
this is staying on.
Cast that theoretically you already like.
Yeah, unless everyone's dead. Because I've not been watching, I don't know.
That'd be weird. Just like 4 episodes in, like everyone dies, and like we just start with a new, like Rick leaves, everyone dies, new cast.
Walking Dead becomes Power Rangers just every year, and then it's like Walking Super Dead.
Yeah.
But what do you think will happen with this? Will it be like people will just not care about the show and only watch the movies? Is that going to happen?
I think that's possible.
Okay.
I think it's possible that people stick it out for the end of this season and see how they like it without Rick. And if people don't like it, it's just that's it.
Let me ask you another question. Is this a show that no matter how bad or boring or dull it is, it will always have a core audience that will never leave it?
I think getting rid of Rick could lose that.
And the reason I ask is because I have heard similar things, and I've not watched this, I don't know. I've heard similar things about Fear the Walking Dead. Wouldn't think you could have kept that on. Thought that would be like Caprica has stuck around.
That's true. And there are people that like that.
And Rick is not in that show.
That's true.
So, like, are you right about that?
But you're watching it as an ancillary thing to the main thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that everyone like loves Rick or whatever. I don't know. I feel like that could be.
And I don't think people are going to keep watching the show just because Rick's in movies, where it's like, well, I better watch this to find out what happens, because they're not going to be connected. Like, he goes off to another part of the world or of the United States or whatever.
No, I imagine. Like, I feel like you could have gotten this away with this a couple of years ago at the height of like Walking Dead fever. But, like, right now you're losing people, I think.
It doesn't seem like...
You do something like this.
Yeah. Like, if he doesn't want to do it anymore, what would you say would be the recourse? I would say cancel Walking Dead and take a character people really like and just give it a spin-off with a different name.
You think so?
I wouldn't keep the Walking Dead show going. I would, like, call it something else.
Maybe. Would you still adapt the comic storylines to any degree?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what you do with something like. But
if that's the main reason people are watching, it's not this bad, and it's for totally different reasons. But like, it would be a little bit like, well, we have to keep making House of Cards. I mean, they only do 1 more season, but like, we don't have our main characters, so we're just like, it wouldn't be that bad. What would have been better would be to kill him off. Yeah. Because everybody dies in this show.
Yeah.
Why like?
Or let you know how real it is.
Yeah, like no, we will kill off our main character. I always hated that they wouldn't kill off Jack Bauer. They write him out of the show, but he's not dead. Like, kill him off, and then it feels more, genuine, right? It feels more legit that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Craig McCracken is making a show called Cosmic Kid, We don't really know
Is
anything.
it Cosmic Kid or Kid Cosmic?
Or is it Kid Cosmic? I think maybe it's Kid Cosmic.
I think it's Kid Cosmic.
I think I wrote it down wrong. Yeah, Kid Cosmic.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't really know anything about it yet, but yeah. Well, the one thing we know is that it is serialized. It's. I think he's doing it for Netflix. Is it Netflix? And I don't know if I have that right because I don't have it in front of me right now. But I think he said it's for Netflix, and it's the first time he's gotten to do an ongoing story. And he's just like super stoked about that part of it.
Interesting.
So I'm very interested.
Where has he been for the past 20 years?
Well, he had Foster's Home for a while, but beyond
was that him?
That's him.
Okay, I realized that was him. I didn't like that show as well.
I never watched it.
It's okay.
It just didn't look like a thing I would care
There's
about.
an episode about bowling I think is hilarious.
Oh, okay. I mean, I might check it out at some point. I love McCracken. So we should have put these together. Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah, Breaking Bad movie.
I am just thrilled about this. They have confirmed now for sure that it's Jesse-centered.
Oh, okay. Which is what you wanted.
Which is what I wanted. It looks like we're going for. We have to go forward. I don't know what else it would be. I think that's for sure confirmed, and that it's Jesse. And what's weird is originally all we had was a premise where it was like somebody who was like captured and enslaved like gets away. Okay, well that's what happens. Spoiler alert, with Jesse at the very end of Breaking Bad. We already saw it happen. So I don't know. So was that just code for we're not actually making that show? It's just what happens after that. Like is that what it is? I don't know what it is. But like everybody read that knows Breaking Bad. They were like, okay, well it's a Jesse show, right? But that's not actually what the or a movie, right? But that's not actually what the movie is, right? So we'll see what happens.
Sure.
And what that is. Yeah, I think that one you're right. They didn't right away confirm. It's been 3 weeks. Maybe they have by now, and I haven't read it about it. That whether or not it would be theatrical. But I'll be very surprised if that's not just a TV movie. Mm-hmm. Almost certainly that won't be theatrical.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's gonna look like I saw some Breaking Bad. Like it doesn't look like a TV show. You know what I mean?
No, it does not look like a TV show. Absolutely. You need to watch more of that.
Yeah, I do.
It's one of my favorite things. I would love to chat about that with you at some point if you ever watch it. Let's see. What else? Netflix is getting animes for both Altered Carbon and Pacific Rim. Isn't that interesting?
I'm excited.
That
the Altered Carbon one is interesting.
Yeah, like that's setting like a new precedent, new kind of record. They're gonna do a animated version of a thing they made in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm excited to see what that looks like because I mean that's a cyberpunk show all over the place. I don't know what you do. I guess you would just do a different character, like same world. You just keep the re-sleeving and things like that, but you do a different thing. Pacific Rim, I'm over the moon about. I thought after the second one we just wouldn't have any more Pacific Rim.
Like at all.
Yeah. So, I mean,
and now you can do whatever you want to with it because it's animated.
I guess it sucks that it's animated because like the whole thing about Pacific Rim is I don't get this.
Yeah,
I don't get the live-action giant robot movies. They don't exist. There's Power Rangers, and that robot looked terrible. There's Transformers, but those aren't piloted. It's the only one. So, like, it's just another giant robot show, which is disappointing. But I really do like that universe. Well, I mean, it's different now after the second movie, but like I theoretically like that universe. I'm interested to see what they do with it. I don't know if they announced where it takes place. I think they said... Did they say it's another thing that takes place?
I didn't read anything about it. I just had the headline.
I want to say I looked at it and it's another thing that takes place in that 5-year gap. Before the first movie. Like, I think it's another thing that takes place before the first movie. Where it's like, oh, the kaiju are attacking and that's stuff. But we'll see. I'll watch it. I'll absolutely watch it. I like Pacific Rim.
Fathom Events in a little bit is putting out a double feature of both Death of Superman and Reign of the Supermen, and I can't get super excited about it because I didn't love Death of Superman. I haven't decided if I'm going to go see that yet.
It's not theater quality animation.
I don't think it is either. When I mentioned it to Eric, he was like, "Can we walk in halfway through?"
Yeah. Can that just be how I get to see the second one? I don't want to watch that first one. Not like I hated it, but like I have no interest in seeing that first one again.
Like when that comes out,
and spending like $20 on it.
Yeah, because it's like 12, but yeah, because I only saw it once. I will probably look at it again before the next one comes out, just to remind myself how exactly they did certain things. Mm-hmm. So like because I'm gonna do that, like maybe it's maybe it's fine to just go to the theater.
Sure.
I don't know if I'll want to.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it. I'm real on the
Sure.
fence about it, man. So Cassian Andor live action series, the Star Wars guy. Why are we doing that? Why are we going back to Rogue One people and doing a live
None
action?
of that merchandise sold, and you and I both like that movie.
Yeah,
like,
but
this isn't an anti-Star Wars thing.
No, it's not.
Why?
That seems counterintuitive. Who's going to watch that?
Yeah, they like
I mean,
that was the first sign. Like, oh, we might not be able to move
it out,
merchandise.
but I just don't see people wanting to watch. I mean, that actor's over the moon that he's getting a show naturally.
I'm
but,
sure he is. I don't even know what that show is.
I don't
What
either.
is interesting about that man that we have to make a show about him? Like, it all has to be backstory. It can only be prequel stuff.
Because he's dead.
Who cares who he is before that movie? It's not like he's Han Solo, where like he might have led an interesting life. Like, who cares?
And I'm not
Also,
saying...
it's once again a movie, another thing set between 3 and 4. So it's the only era we're interested in doing things in because it's iconic. Like, we know what that thing looks like.
I'm not saying there might not be something there. I just don't immediately understand that choice.
Well,
I just feel like there's 60 better ideas. Like,
yeah, it's one of the things. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not saying you can't make a good show, but like, don't expect anyone to be excited about it.
Yeah, like, why
no one cares about your story.
No one cares about your story. Yep. And we don't mean Star Wars, we mean in general. That's
Yeah.
an important rule of writing. Jeremy Irons, cast as the comedian in the HBO Watchmen series.
Oh, he's the comedian.
Pick. That's exciting to me.
I heard he was Adrian Veidt.
Is he Veidt?
That's what I heard.
I read
but then I kept seeing headlines that said like who is he? And I was like, I thought I read an article that said that he was Veidt like 2 weeks ago. So maybe it was just rumored he was Veidt. Maybe that's the thing I read.
Let me check. I might have just written it down wrong or something. But let me check.
Because comedian's dead.
No, I know that, but I also don't totally understand what they're doing with that show.
Well, it's not a reboot, but it's also not a sequel.
I know. It is Veidt. And he's playing like an elderly Veidt.
Okay. He's perfect casting for us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I wrote it down wrong. I don't know how that happened. I wrote it down wrong. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. That's exciting. They put out a couple of teasers for that show the other day. I forgot to watch them. I've not done that yet. So I gotta check that out. It was like quick 12-second things or something. Like it looked really short. I don't know that we'll get anything from it, but I have not watched those yet.
Okay. No, he's great casting for that.
The more I'm hearing about that show, the more I'm getting more interested in it. We'll see what that's
the only
like.
thing I've heard about that show.
Not so interested in this. Michelle Yeoh is apparently in talks for an Emperor Captain Shinzeau show from Star Trek. Why in the world do we have to do that?
So this is Evil Mirror Universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not going to the Mirror Universe.
Here.
Yeah. So her as a captain with no one knowing that she is Mirror. I don't want to watch that on a regular basis.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh no.
That
was some of the worst stuff in that season.
Premise.
Like, I like that actress, but like with a lot of stuff in Discovery,
no, Michelle Yeoh's great. I love Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, and she seems like a really good pick for a starship captain. Like I love that casting. Anyway, I have complained so much about Star Trek Discovery lately. I don't even want to do that right now. But I'm not.
Hey, this show's not succeeding at all. What if we spun it off? What if we spun off a show from it?
Eric's excited about the Scooby Doo and the 13th Ghost movie.
I am excited about Scooby and the 13th Ghost. So after all these years, he's finally going to catch the 13th Ghost. Because 13... so Scooby Doo and 13 Ghosts... the
13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo.
13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo is a 12-episode series.
Right.
And you catch one ghost every episode.
Yes.
So we never got to get the 13th one.
Yeah.
And now we're making a movie. The only thing that I don't like about what I see is that it's that guy who does... He does Brain. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's doing Vincent Price, and as Vincent Price sounds too much like his Orson Welles.
Yeah, naturally.
I don't care for that, sir.
Yeah, that's fair.
But otherwise, I'm kind of excited.
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh, okay. I don't watch it. I'm excited. I probably should.
I'm just not a Scooby Doo person. I totally forgot about that. Honestly.
Yeah.
I wrote it down because you care.
I do care.
So
I'm gonna watch 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo before it comes out.
Are you really?
I think I'm gonna caught up. Yeah. Oh,
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah. I've never seen most of that show. I've only seen like two episodes. So.
You should watch it with the kids.
Yeah, sure.
What else? This Disney streaming service is going to be called Disney Plus. Anybody cares?
What?
That's what they're calling it.
Plus everything in the world because we own it now.
Right, yeah. Just call it Disney plus Fox, you know? Like
Disney plus you.
Yeah.
Your soul.
Uh-huh. Did you see the Toy Story 4 teaser?
I did not.
The spork guy.
What?
There's a sport guy. Yeah, that teaser is like, it's doing like an old 60s song, and it's going across a bunch of characters that you know. Because look, it's characters you know, and they're all holding hands, and they're dancing around, and they're happy. And then there's a spork guy, or a fork or something, and he has a face. And he's like, I'm not supposed to be here, I'm not a toy! And then he knocks everybody over, and that's the teaser.
Wow. Is this still the movie that I've been hearing about for years, where it's going to be a love story between Bo Peep and Woody? Is that the movie that this is?
I think that's in there. I'm not totally sure.
For years, I was being told this was the movie that Toy Story... Because, like, Toy Story 3 concluded, so we're not going to tell another Toy Story story. It's going to be like its own thing. It's going to be a love story. I imagine it's just going to be a Toy Story movie because it's going to be Woody going to find Bo Peep, right? Because she's not there in 3?
Yeah, but...
a Toy Story movie?
This has all those characters. This is definitely a Toy Story movie.
Well, but, like... I don't know what makes a Toy Story movie. I don't know. I heard that the main plot is that it's the love story between
I don't
Bo Peep
know.
and...
I don't know if that's what they're doing.
Okay.
I don't know what this whole like other inanimate objects that aren't toys thing about is, but that's what it seems to be. Like,
that's what it is.
I guess.
What if Bo Peep is off with a knife or something? Woody can't fight that. Woody can't stand up for her honor against a knife. Come on.
There's some clear symbolism there too. You know.
That's true.
Detective Pikachu trailer. Let's talk about that.
Sure.
Well, Eric, just look how much more news there is.
Is the top where we are? Is that Detective Pikachu?
No, not quite, not quite. The top is now where we are. See, that's okay. Look at all that. Look at all that.
Quite a bit.
But you know, we got 15 minutes. We can do it.
I didn't want to talk about Detective Pikachu.
We're doing it.
I've
talk
spoken to so many people. I'm apparently completely alone. It looks like a fan film. It looks the premise and the way that they constructed the world looks like a fan film. And it's not the Pokemon movie I want. And I'm sorry, it's just not. It feels lazy. It feels like the most Americanized, like, we don't know how to make a movie out of this. So, I don't know, he's psychic? Can he talk? Well, Pokemon do talk. Pokemon talk to people all the time. Okay, well, wouldn't it be funnier if, like, only he could hear Pikachu? Like, no, it's just, I don't know. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't care. They're too fluffy. They look like stuffed animals. Everyone loves it. Everyone thinks it looks amazing. I think it looks generic, especially the city. The city looks so un-Pokemon. It's like Blade Runner.
So being a person that doesn't know a whole lot about Pokemon and is not really into that and stuff, I don't really care about it being like
I just want to look at my childhood. Is that so hard?
No, and I get that, and I would have that if it was a thing that I knew anything about or cared about. But I mean, I say that like my kids are into Pokemon. Like I've seen more of it now, but like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't look like, you know, like the cartoon show and stuff that I've seen with Pokemon or whatever. I don't know that I need that in live action. Like,
then what's the point of making it? I don't know.
Well, they made it, you know, something kind of different. Like, I like the idea of like a more modern world that's kind of recognizable with Pokemon in it, but it's still heightened and kind of stylized.
Sure.
I'm not with you on. I mean, I have my reservations. I don't think it looks great. So like when you say everybody thinks it looks amazing, I don't think it looks amazing.
Okay.
I don't think it looks like a fan film the way you're describing it. I think the lines are also really blurred now because we have a lot of really professional looking fan films. So I don't know what that means anymore sometimes. But like I said, I like that it's as stylized as it is. It looks like they want to make it feel like kind of actually a detective movie. I don't know if that's going to pan out story-wise, but like it kind of looks that way. I like that. I like the look of the Pokemon themselves. I think they integrated it decently from what we can see so far with the live action. I think the texture looks pretty believable.
Well, honestly, if they just made Pokemon look like Pokemon look, like they wouldn't look like they were there, right? Like it would look like they would look like CGI. No, and I understand that 100%. I just don't like it.
That's why you can't do that. So what they did? Here's the thing. My standard is any other cartoon thrown into live-action movie. Most of those are really bad. This does not make me want to gag myself on a spoon like most of those trailers do.
Sure, that's fair.
And like a lot of those movies I've not actually seen, but
just
trailers,
I'm
like this looks gross. It doesn't look. It doesn't. They're not showing you like a lot of really super crass jokes. They're not trying to sell it on pot of humor. that's exciting.
And Ryan Reynolds is in the movie.
All by itself, and Ryan Reynolds is there. When I look at his Pikachu, I just see like Deadpool running around being cute. It's weird. Like I haven't adjusted to that yet. He's just doing the same voice he does whenever he's doing anything comedic and sarcastic. Like it's just Deadpool voicing Pikachu.
That's just what Ryan Reynolds sounds like.
Yeah, I know. And
that's what he is in Blade Trinity.
And I know that, but it feels like it's also sort of his brand of comedy, but toned down for a kids movie, and they're not even trying to like push it at all with what they've shown us so far. Now they might show us more stuff later where I'm like, okay, that's going too
It does
far.
look completely kid appropriate, and I appreciate that. It
just looks like a family film, and
yeah,
I like that a lot. The reason I'll fight you a little bit on, well, it's not the Pokemon movie I wanted. The thing is called Detective Pikachu. Like from the beginning, it's already a really weird idea, a really weird premise. Like I want to take it on its own terms, to the point of saying that's not what they wanted to make. So like you can't. Like, you're saying that now? You could have said half the things you just said from the title alone before you ever saw anything.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been making Detective Pikachu. We know Max Landis was working on a Pokemon movie, and he left when he was like, yeah, apparently they wanted me to make Pikachu a detective. I don't know what that's about. I left.
Yeah, sure.
It starts as a Pokemon movie.
It's just, now that it's what you're stuck with, like, you know, like how well can they make that thing, if that's what they're making? But my biggest reservation is the guy from Jurassic House. Like, I didn't like him there. I know if I want to watch, if I want to have to sit through a whole movie with him. He just annoyed the crap out of me with Jurassic House. Maybe he'll end up being great in this. I don't know.
I also don't care about Pokemon. Like for me, it's very much a childhood thing.
But okay, man. How do you start from like just giving my childhood? Well, I don't care about Pokemon. Like,
because I think most people are still into Pokemon. They didn't stop liking it. So like they're just excited for whatever they get. Like, oh, it's a live action Pokemon movie. I'm so excited. It's Pokemon. I don't have that. If you're not giving me what I want, if you're not playing to my nostalgia, I do not care about Pokemon.
You're just not even curious about it. Yeah.
I don't care. And it doesn't look like Pokemon to me. I don't know. Whatever.
Are you not going to bother with it?
I don't know. I'm not going to go out of my way to see it, but like if the day's open, like, you know, I'm not you know what I mean? I'm not going to avoid it.
Yeah.
I'm not it's not episode 9. I'm not seeing it.
I'm curious to see how much interest people have in us talking about that movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anyway, I'm half curious, and my kids are gonna want to see it.
No, your kids are absolutely gonna want to see it.
I'm half curious.
Especially after the Christmas presents.
We've already done, of course, lots of stuff on the channel about Stan Lee. Of course, he passed away. If you missed that, he passed away. Yeah, he was 95. We talked about that a lot. Avatar 2 and 3 have wrapped shooting. Both of them. That's done.
Which is weird, because, like, I don't know, 6 months ago I saw James Cameron be like, look, I understand that Avatar 2 doesn't make money, Avatar 3 is not happening. But he shot both of them, so, you know, it's all done.
That'd be really funny if it like didn't make money. He was like, "Fine, you don't get to see 3. Just screw it. I'm gonna hang on. So you don't get to see it."
No, I want him to release 3 as an extra disc on 2, where it's just green screen. It's just what they shot, but like edited as a movie. That's what I want to happen.
There's a lot those movies are gonna have to do for me to even begin to care, because I just really dislike that first movie. I do not care. I wish that wasn't happening. I wish if James Cameron had to make something, it was something else. Like,
I'm excited for the fostering of original IP that's not owned by a corporation. That first movie's not great, but I also know James Cameron said that movie was just there to test the technology and needed an extra care.
I don't understand your I don't understand that, where it's like I care because it's like a new thing. It's 10 years old. He hasn't done anything with it in all this time.
Well, because he's been making these.
It was this like
he's working on scripts 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, but like I don't know. My argument to original IP is, yeah, but I didn't like it. Like, who cares that it's original?
But I liked it more than you did. I've never gone back to it, but like I liked it when I saw it. Like, it was derivative and it was preachy, but like I liked it when I saw it.
And it wasn't as innovative as people acted like it was. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. It just wasn't.
I mean, the 3D did blow me away, which is one of the reasons I never watched it again.
I can't see that.
I know. But it's one of the reasons I never watched it.
I saw live action and I saw cartoons. I don't know what people are talking about. It wasn't well integrated.
Most people killed themselves because it looks so beautiful to them.
Yeah,
and that world doesn't really exist.
People were, and this is one of those few things that I have where I can't not deal with this popularity, because I thought it was really bad.
Except, the weird thing, right, is Except it doesn't have that because it evaporated this like the next year.
Yeah.
It's not like it continued to be the most popular thing in the world.
Or are there just all these like closeted Avatar fans that haven't continued talking about it, but like as soon as another one comes out, they'll lose their minds again? I mean, is that going to happen?
I once knew a girl that was learning the Na'vi language.
Yeah.
I've never met another person like that since.
But was that 2 weeks after the movie, or was it 5 years after the movie? Because are those people still doing that?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I'm interested to see what the public reception is.
I don't think it'll bomb, but I don't think it's gonna like move mountains like the first one did.
I'm kind of fascinated just to see what it does, because I feel like most people didn't forget about it and like maybe watch it occasionally, but like it's not like it doesn't have a fandom, and it looked like it was going to in that first year.
Yeah, it did.
But we also didn't do anything else. Like James Cameron was talking about like writing like a novel and like there's gonna be like a whole like world guide. And, like we didn't do any of that. So I'm interested to see if it like reignites a fandom or if it just kind of like, comes out and it's like, it did $500 million. That was fine. I'm curious, and I'll see it because I like James Cameron. I'll at least see the first one, I'll at least see 2. I won't commit to seeing 3, but I'll at least see 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I won't see it. I'm not excited about it. I don't want more of that. If you make something else that's in that world, but you know, I don't feel like my intelligence is being insulted, and we're not pretending like it's, you know, doing something amazing that I don't think it's doing. Like, I'm not even saying it looks bad. It's just we acted like, you know, oh, it's James Cameron. He's doing a thing nobody's ever done before, and I'm like, you know, you can talk about all the technical specs you want to. I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like you know, like call me dense or whatever. I'm not seeing what people are talking about, and I couldn't see it in 3D. So don't make fun of my handicap. Next,
that looks amazing in 3D. Like when they burn the village and there's the ashes and they're floating in the. It was breathtaking.
I just can't see it.
I'm just telling you.
Like.
You are going to have to... If we go and see Avatar 2, you are going to have to buy those 2D glasses because I'm seeing it in 3D.
I think you're making fun of my
I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of your disability.
Well, I will go without you at the exact same time in a digital theater with 30% more illumination. So as you walk out, no matter what I see, even if I hate it, as we both walk out, you go, the 3D was amazing. And I say, I saw great colors! That you couldn't see! Anyway, we got about 3 minutes left. What else can we do? PlayStation is skipping E3 in 2019. There's a lot of rumors that they are working on a PS5, that's the reason. That is kind of what I was suspecting as well. I listened to a video...
I'm also hearing that the Xbox One is... they're close to announcing the Xbox 2. It's going to be called the Xbox 2.
No! What? No!
Yeah, it's going to be called the Xbox 2!
See, I was wondering if they wouldn't be crazy enough to do that.
There's a certain amount of logic to the 360 and the One, but Xbox 2, it's backwards logic, but there is logic between the 360 and the One.
In like 200 years, they'll like get back around the 360. See, and that's where numbers stop. God. That's where numbers stop, and then you go to 1. See, but you have to spell out 1.
The only way Xbox 2 makes sense is if it's like somehow like 2 consoles.
Well, and they might try to do something crazy like that to compete with Nintendo, I guess. But like, they gotta spell it out. They can't be a 2. They gotta spell it out. You know, they spell a 1. They gotta spell it out. It's still silly.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, but that's the that's kind of the prevailing wisdom right now. I listened to a video from a Review Tech USA talking about this. That's what he thinks is going on. His predictions tend to be pretty decent. Who knows? But the other thing, of course, people are saying is that like that's a venue that people are caring less and less about, and
I've heard that, and they have their own convention of some kind.
Oh, PlayStation does?
I think they
Interesting.
do. I think I heard that, or there's some kind of
that's gonna hurt that show hard. Like Dan and I do a roundup every year for that live, and the only things I ever care about are PlayStation things and the occasional Nintendo thing. Like, I don't even want to talk about it this year because unless Nintendo has a giant showing, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't have an Xbox One. But I wonder if people just will kind of ignore E3 this year. Because the thing is, and also, are they making some kind of a statement where, like, we know that we're so ahead of the competition right now that if we're not there, nobody's going to care about your show? Because, like, PlayStation 4 continues to be like the dominating system. I think that's very interesting. We'll see what happens. There's a Netflix movie, animated movie being worked on right now called Superman versus the KKK. It looks absolutely fascinating.
Really?
Yeah, I sent you an article about that.
I must have missed that. Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll send it to you again, and we can maybe chat about it next time.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's it looks like it's trying to go back to kind of Fleischer, and
Interesting.
I don't know a lot about it.
Okay. No, that's interesting. I'm interested in that.
Let's get we're already at 30 minutes. We got to talk about a couple of major things that we haven't gotten to yet. Just real quick, the Once Upon a Deadpool trailer. People asking me if I'm going to see that. I am going to see that. The only thing I wanted to mention about that trailer is that they're clearly putting in deleted stuff that didn't make it in either cut. So they still have stuff on the cutting room floor that's not used yet, and I wonder if they'll use things that are in the super duper cut, and hopefully you haven't seen it. And I wonder if some of that'll happen. But it'll be interesting to see how much of the footage they can throw in there of stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's a fine trailer. I don't really have any thoughts beyond what we've already said.
I either just want to mention that trailer came out.
Well, and the Fred Savage thing, I think it's genius. I think it's great.
So I'm going to try not to sound like a angry, raging fanboy about this next story. Birds of Prey.
Oh, yes. I'd already forgotten.
Tell us the entire title, Eric.
The entire title, which may be the first time I've ever heard a title that makes me not see a movie. Maybe. We'll see what the trailer looks like. Like, immediately I'm like, well, that's not a movie for me. It is called Birds of Prey.
Colon.
Is it colon?
Or no, it's in parentheses, isn't it?
It's in parentheses.
Yes, it is.
Birds of Prey, parentheses. The emancipation of the fantabulous...
No, the fantabulous
The fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. And originally when people saw that, because Margot Robbie put it on Twitter, and people thought that it was just a joke, and then it was confirmed very quickly. No, that is the title. That is and like, it's handwritten by the writer. Like, she wrote it in, and because it was handwritten, people thought it wasn't real. But that is what the movie's going to be called. Apparently.
Sounds like they didn't make a movie I want to see, and that sucks because I love the Birds of Prey. Harley Quinn is putting the Birds of Prey together?
That's what I'm reading. And even if... Forget for just a moment, and I don't want to put this aside, but for a moment put aside the fact that I love Birds of Prey. I wanted to be very excited about a Birds of Prey movie. We're bringing in. I mean, like, I still think Birds of Prey should be on TV. I mean, like I love Birds of Prey, and I'm very excited about Cassandra Cain. Like, they're doing some cool stuff with that movie. And then we find out that not only is Harley Quinn in it, but she's allegedly putting the team together, which means, like, even if you're okay with the idea that Harley Quinn puts together the Birds of Prey, it's 2 movies in a row starring Harley Quinn that are just putting teams together. And then we're going to do a sequel to Suicide Squad after it, so she puts together 2 teams. I mean, I know that she didn't handpick the first one, but she's putting together 2 teams, and then we go back to Suicide Squad, and then maybe we do, if it's popular, Birds of Prey sequel. Like, what?
We knew Harley was going to be in it, and, like, that was whatever. I thought she'd be...
Like, 2 of those kind of movies in a row, you know what I'm expecting? I'm expecting that movie to open like Suicide Squad does.
Mm-hmm.
With, like, and then there's this person, and there's this person. Like, I don't want to watch another giant origin story. You know? Not in that way, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
But, like, I didn't think she would be a minor role, but I thought she might be, like,
She might just be the villain, honestly.
She might be the villain, but she's not really a villain, because she's Harley Quinn. But, like, or like maybe she might serve a role like Joker in Assault on Arkham or something like that.
Sure.
Well, like, she's in it a fair amount, but she's not what the movie's about.
Or, like, she's trying to join the team, but she doesn't fit in. They kick her to the side, you know, something like that.
Yeah. Or like, they have to break into a prison early on, like, she just tags along or something. I don't know.
Like, you put the main crux of your plot again in the title. I mean, like, I'm having flashbacks to BVS, because, like, you know how much I hated that title. And this is like that. So, Emancipation. So this movie is going to at least partly or entirely be about Harley Quinn getting away from the Joker and being her own woman in a movie that the Joker's not in. So, like, we didn't even... There's like, a movie missing. Like, Suicide Squad ends with them running off together like they're soulmates, and, like, you're not even going to do anything in between that? I honestly think this could backfire.
I think it could really bad. Or everyone's just so blinded by how much they love Harley, it won't at all, and it's exactly what...
But are people not going to see what I'm seeing, like flashes to BVS, where you're trying to do way too much in one movie, where, like, you got that anticipatory thing where it's like, well, yeah, it's Batman and Superman, and we're going to get to the Justice League. Like, it feels like that again. You're like, well, it's Birds of Prey, but there's Harley Quinn.
And we're also, that's like Gotham City Sirens movie, but this is the same thing.
Yeah, and we're throwing...
It's just girls, right? Like, it's all the same.
Just call the movie DC Girls, fine, whatever. Yeah. But, like, why are we doing this? Like, we're sandwiching together, like, 3 different ideas. I want a Birds of Prey movie. I'm fine with a Harley Quinn movie of some kind. I'm fine with Harley Quinn even being in Birds of Prey. And I could even deal with something like, you wouldn't call it this, okay? Especially for your first movie, and I hate that this sounds like a sequel to a movie that didn't get made. Birds of Prey, like versus Gotham City Sirens? Fine, do that.
Sure.
That sounds like a great idea. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of popular girls in the DC universe. Those are both things I love. Put them all together.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
But so, like, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I'm complaining that they're combining all the.
Do a mini event. Do a Gotham City Sirens movie, a Birds of Prey movie, and then you do a versus movie.
Sure, but like I could even live with introducing those characters maybe all at once. Like it could be too many characters on screen, maybe. But like the Birds of Prey are gonna need a bad guy.
Also, it really sounds like
Gotham City Sirens is the bad guy. I don't know. Really, I hadn't even heard that.
No, I'm just saying she hasn't been cast. I haven't heard anything about her. Harley's putting the team together. It sounds like there's no order.
Well,
right?
if a Batgirl movie is still supposed to be made at some point theoretically, and it's not going to be a prequel thing, that would explain that. Like it might be a Birds of Prey with Batgirl without her. Now, to be fair, we've done Birds of Prey plenty of times with Batgirl, not an Oracle. Like it doesn't have to be Oracle, does it?
There are Birds of Prey with, I guess, currently in the comics.
Yeah.
But that doesn't count.
Yeah, it does, because that's what they're mostly going to be looking at, man. Like,
it doesn't count to me.
No, I get that. But here's the thing. In a perfect world, I would want that.
Batgirl's also like 20.
But, dude, I would never have expected Oracle. I would never, ever have expected that.
Okay, I would.
That's what I would want.
Especially because Cassandra Cain's in it, so, like, we're not going to have 2 Batgirls running around.
They might not even call it Batgirl, though. They're going to
be looking Black Bat.
They're going to be looking at current real hard.
Yeah.
That's what we keep doing with stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
And DC especially. We really like to have that kind of synergy thing. That's not surprising at all to me.
Isn't it interesting that they actually
I don't know if I can get that excited about Cassandra Cain if she's not in a Batgirl suit, because part of she's a great character.
She's got an awesome suit.
But she's got the coolest suit. And I think it would translate great to live action.
Isn't it interesting that DC does it the opposite of Marvel? Where Marvel's all about chasing the tail of the movies, and DC keeps being like, well, I don't know, we're doing this in the comics, I guess we'll do it now. Like, we'll do it in our movies. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is interesting.
Anyways.
Lion King teaser just dropped, and it is already, like, one of the most watched things ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. And I heard someone say, and I didn't even think about this, I heard somebody say, okay, so Disney, you guys are idiots for putting Aladdin and Lion King out in the same year, right? Because immediately Aladdin is getting overshadowed by Lion King. People are going to completely forget that movie's even happening after the Lion King teaser gets hit as hard as it's getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, why are they doing that? Those movies should not be coming out the same year.
No, you do one a year, right?
Yeah, that's what they should be doing. They're pushing that stuff out.
I'm more excited for Aladdin than I am Lion King, but I like Aladdin more than I like Lion King. So
I am too, because that's a thing. Well, first of all, it looks like a live action movie. That's a thing that you can do some different things with live action. I expect Lion King to be, like you said the other day, just like shot for shot. But also, like, I look at that trailer.
The Jungle Book is not.
Okay, fine, but Jungle Book doesn't have the same kind of, like,
it's not beloved the way I know.
Shots that this is using in the trailer. Like the trailer they put out is like the trailer for Lion King, for original Lion King, which is kind of fun if you wanted to like put them side by side and compare them, I guess. But like I feel like I'm looking at the same thing. I feel like the animation in '94 was so good that it was for 2D animation as close as you could get to like looking photorealistic. This just doesn't look different enough to me. I don't know what the point of this is. Like, I feel like I'm looking at, and like, I know it's so obvious to say, well, I feel like I'm looking at an animated thing because it's all CG in the first place, but like it just doesn't look different enough even stylistically from that movie. I can just go watch The Lion King. Why are we doing this?
Okay, so I have two questions about this movie.
Yeah.
One, in this instance, what does directed by mean? What did Jon Favreau direct?
Well, he went on location, see.
Okay, but most of what you're going to say is probably the DP, right? Where, like, they just shot, like... Well, he was just like, okay, there's going to be a lion over here, and they're like, okay, there's a lion over there!
Yeah, but is any of it mocap?
Maybe. They're on all fours. I can't imagine you get much from mocap, right?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. But you can say the same thing about the Jungle Book, sans the fact that there's a, human character in that. But in this, there's no human characters.
Yeah, but the human characters in, like, every scene.
Yeah,
like,
so,
there's at least someone to direct.
Yeah.
But two, does this cross the line now? This is not a live action movie.
It's not.
But we're calling it live action Lion King.
I know, and we've talked about this before. If it's all shot, I don't know if it's all shot in location and the locales themselves are not made in a computer, then
it's not an animated film.
I mean, I still think it is. I think it's animated on top of like real life, locations, but that's probably how they get around it. But then I gotta go back and look at that teaser again because it didn't look
Pride
like
Rock's
that
not a real place.
Yeah, no, I know. It didn't look like that to me. It looked like everything was generated in a computer.
Which is impressive, but it's not live action.
Is it? I wasn't that impressed with it. Like,
no, what's weird is... Okay.
Like, it looks fine, but it doesn't look super realistic to me. Like, I can tell it's all computer generated. I don't know.
No, what's weird
Am I wrong?
Well, here's
I'm not saying it looks bad. I mean, like, it looks as real as you can make it look, but I just don't understand what the point of it is.
So I went and saw The Jungle Book, and I had, like, an experience with that where I was like, oh, I didn't know we could do this. Like,
yeah,
this is...
And I've not done that.
This is the most realistic I've ever seen anything ever. And then I saw this trailer, and I was like, what was I high? Was I drinking the Kool-Aid? Like, this looks like a CGI-made movie. Like, I don't know. Maybe it looks better in theaters. I don't know.
For some reason, England is getting Aquaman a month before we are.
I think they already have it.
What is that about?
It says London. So maybe it's just like...
is it just London?
That's what it says on Wikipedia. It's like London, and then is it a premiere?
I wrote this down because you told me about it. I didn't see a link. So
Okay, yeah. It was just on Wikipedia. It was just listed like London. So maybe it's a premiere,
oh, well, that's
but...
Not, yeah. I shouldn't even put that in the
But that'd be
news
weird
here.
to do a...
Dan Aykroyd claims a real Ghostbusters 3 is still likely happening. So we'll see what that's about, if that actually is it. Because, like, he was kind of saying that before Ghostbusters 2016 was announced. So I don't know how much stock you can really put in that.
Yeah, I don't know. But
he's talking like he can actually get Bill Murray on board now. At this point...
Interesting.
Yeah, but did you not watch the video I sent you?
No.
At this point...
I did not have a chance, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine, but like he was saying things I feel like I've heard him say before.
Okay.
And he was also doing that, like pulling his punches, talking about the Ghostbusters 2016 movie like he really liked it, and we know he didn't like it that much.
We do know he didn't like it.
So I mean, you can change your mind and stuff, but that feels like he's just being diplomatic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like if he didn't love it, fine. I don't believe he did, so whatever. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's just I wonder. You and I have talked about this. You said after that movie came out that we had to wait like 10 years. You were like, people is like anything you put out. Now is not gonna.
But I think this is the only other thing that could have happened. Like you couldn't reboot Ghostbusters again for another 10 years. You couldn't have spun off something for
But you think you can't ignore it and bring back the original?
Yeah, I think that is on the table.
Do you think without Remus this is just like ill-advised? Like we just shouldn't probably do it?
I don't know. Without Ramis...
I'm on the fence about it.
Without Ramis and Bill Murray, you certainly shouldn't be making it. I also don't know what the point is of doing a...
I would make the argument that if you did a really good passing the torch movie, you could do that, but that seems harder and dicier to deal with after 2016.
Well, that's what I was about to say is, he's always talked about his passing the torch movie. I don't know what the point of passing the torch movie is after we already failed a reboot.
Yeah.
With a new team.
But
if we're making this, it should be a last hurrah, not a passing the torch movie. We're not carrying this franchise on, right?
But they won't do it that way. They'll try to start another franchise, I would think.
Yeah.
Sony is desperate for franchises.
Ghost Corps has to do something to justify their existence.
Ghost Corps.
Just approving Eric Burnham scripts.
What else do I want to mention? Venom hit $822 million worldwide. It has beaten Deadpool and Guardians, and it's absolutely nuts. I don't know how it's made that much.
It didn't mean any of those things here.
Nope. But worldwide.
Yeah.
I just don't know how it's done that well. I don't know why China is just eating up Venom.
I don't know.
122 million opening weekend is what I read. Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We didn't hate that movie, but like it ain't deserving of all of this, okay? It's just not.
Couldn't be bothered to see a Star Wars film.
In China.
Yeah. Yeah. Like...
Well, I mean, whatever, resonates with you culturally. I mean, I don't get that.
But what about this resonates with the Chinese culturally?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are they farming symbiotes over there? Is that what's going on?
I mean, if that was happening anywhere,
Yeah.
who knows?
Sure.
Maybe that's what's going on.
Sure.
I don't know. Anyway, Eric, that is going to be it for the Captain's Log. We are like 15 minutes over time. We're going to move on now to letters pages. We're going to answer a few of your questions, and then we're going to call it a night. It is really late. We're getting tired, but we're going to do that real fast. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again in just a minute if you keep this playlist rolling. Thanks for watching.